What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, Marlon. We are back at it again with another edition of the show. So, if this is your first time watching, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have in the land of PlayStation and Xbox. If that is something that intrigues you, then this is the place for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. All right, as you guys already know, I always try to aim to be first, especially when you do cover news, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox. You like to be early and you like to be as quick as you can, right? And it's always been that way for me. I've always tried to be first. I always try to jump on things right away. So with that out of the way, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody is well and everybody is doing all right, and you're driving safely to your jobs right now and everything is good. Well, we got some breaking news. Sony, we already know Sony financially right now, it's pretty bad, right? They lost $10 billion in market value. Their profit margins are down right now. PS5 sales declining. They push their existing franchises to 2025. So a lot of people are upset about that. And then now 8% of their workforce laid off. We got a studio that is very close to my heart that got closed, got shut down. And it sucks, man. And I remember it was the same thing with Microsoft, but Microsoft, I think they had 1,900. I think it was 1,900 Microsoft had. And Sony right now, they have about 900, 1,900 and then 900. So it's still a lot of people. It sucks. My heart goes out to all those people, man. Like that's why I say, man, you listen to your parents, you listen to whoever the case may be. Oh, go to school. Oh, do this. Oh, do that. You graduate from school and, you go to college, and then it's like you go work for these big mega corporations, thinking you have job security. You ain't got a darn thing, man. You don't have nothing, and this is why 4 years ago, I foresaw all of this happening with the pandemic. People was already getting laid off their jobs. People had to work remotely from home. It's just the trickle effect and the nature of what's happening since forever, right? But it got worse during the pandemic. And I was telling people, I said, man, find a way to start your own business. Find a way to do other stuff rather than just depending on these mega corporations or corporate America or Wall Street or whatever the case may be, whatever your situation is, because you never know when you go in and they're going to just tell you, don't come back. Like, we got to lay you off right now. When I was working at FedEx, I seen people getting fired left and right. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You know what I mean? We got to cut. And once they say they got to cut, that is it. You know what I mean? And this is why I say these companies are not your friend. They're in business to make money. They're in business to increase their profit margins and their profit margins only, and to make a profit. They don't care about your feelings. They don't. I've seen people from London studios right now. Like London studios, I grew up playing London studios games. You know what I mean? And to see, I remember The Getaway, right? I don't know if some of you guys remember The Getaway or not, but I was hoping that The Getaway would make a return for the PS5 or make a return for maybe PlayStation 6. I got mad when Sony Japan got shut down, and now, we have London studios, man. It sucks when these studios get shut down. It's horrible. It's bad. And I'm upset about this. Like, I don't like seeing people out of work, bro, because it's already bad enough and it's already tough enough as it is right now for a lot of us, for all of us. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't have it like that. And when you're out of work and in these studios, when they directly get impacted, it's either they got to shut down or it's either they got to just I don't know. They got to shrink down the size of the employees that they have. What is next? What is next, guys? What is next? I knew it, man. This new guy, this new CFO, I knew he was going to come in. And not only that, not only just all the things that I said Sony is going through right now, but the profit margins in terms of the games. Like they're spending way too much money on these games. These games are costing too much money, literally too much money, right? You're talking about $300 million, $250 million, but it ain't even just Sony, because Microsoft as well. Microsoft is in the hot seat as well, because they drop in $500 million, not because they can afford to do it. You know what I mean? They drop in upwards of $500 million, just to make one game. Right? And what if the game don't sell well or perform well or don't do well in Game Pass? Then what happens? Then you have to cut. You know what I mean? It sucks, man. This is some crazy times we're living in, guys. This is some crazy times. I woke up this morning, and when I saw that tweet, my head was growing. I said, no, I got to get on here and I got to talk to you guys about this, because this is horrible. Please, 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 I'm asking you guys, hit that like button for me, guys. I'm probably one of the first persons to even talk about this morning. I didn't even have my coffee this morning yet. Please, please, please hit the like button, share the stream. We have to talk right now, because there's so much stuff that is being affected right now. And so we're going to be diving into this. So if you're just now coming in, massive PlayStation Studios layoffs right now. There's a lot of studios affected right now. A lot of jobs cut, 900 from what I'm hearing. That is bad. That is horrible. That is not good news. That is horrible news. So with that being said, let me go ahead and put a timestamp on this. Let's not waste any more time, because I know time is precious and I don't like to waste time. So let's talk about these job layoffs here. This is bad, man. This is so freaking bad. I feel so bad for these developers and studio heads, whatever the case may be. So let's get into the news, guys. Let's get into it. All right. So as you guys can see, Sony put out a tweet this morning, multiple tweets, that is. Obviously, you can see here, Sony Interactive Entertainment announces a reduction in its global workforce. And then it says today, Sony Interactive Entertainment initiated a reduction in its global workforce, including teams with PlayStation Studios. Yeah, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see that. No, not even Microsoft. I don't even want to see that. When any of these studios are affected by these layoffs, man, it sucks. It sucks, because it makes you worry about the freaking games. It makes you worry about the games. And Jim Ryan is about to step down. Jim Ryan is about to step down, guys. You know what I mean? This is it for Jim Ryan. And man, I remember his goodbye speech that he was talking about and everything. And this is it. This is the brunt of it. So let's go into this one here. Hit the like button, share the stream for me, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Let's get right into the news, man. An important update from PlayStation Studios. So we're going to start with PlayStation Studios first, and then we're going to be working our way down, because this is what's more important to a lot of PlayStation fans, is the studios, right? How are these studios affected? So Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, says today, Sony Interactive Entertainment initiated a reduction in our workforce, including within PlayStation Studios. And I wanted to talk about the impact that will have. These decisions have been extremely difficult, but they are necessary. And I think it's important to be transparent. Always important to be transparent when it comes to stuff like this, because we need to know. The US-based studios and groups impacted by the reduction in the workforce are Insomniac Games. Look at this. Insomniac Games, Naughty Dog, as well as our technology, creative, and support teams. This is bad. In UK and European-based studios, it's proposed, okay? Now, okay, guys, that PlayStation Studios London studio will close in its entirety. Ah, man. Kenta, thank you so much for the $20. Man, how do you guys feel about London Studios? London Studio is closed entirely, guys. My heart is broken right now because I literally grew up. I remember playing The Getaway. That out of all the London Studio stuff, The Getaway was so good. I actually thought The Getaway was gonna give. Thank you so much, Kenta, for the $20. God bless you. I actually thought that Getaway was gonna give GTA a run for its money, and to really see London Studios go under and close entirely, man, this is so heart-wrenching right now, man. This sucks. It sucks. I don't like job cuts, man. I don't like job cuts. I really don't, man. It pisses me off when this happens, bro. Like I don't like it. I don't like to see people out of work, man. Golly, this entire studio is gone now. Gone. Literally gone. Sucks. Let me know y'all thoughts on London Studios, man. All right, so it says that there will be reductions in Gorilla and Fire Sprite. Now, didn't Fire Sprite, I know they're working on a new game, right? Not only that, we have Firewalk as well. Man, it is so much going on right now. Gorilla Games, obviously, they're just shrinking. So they're gonna let people go at Gorilla, and they're gonna let people go at Fire Sprite as well. Like, this sucks, man. This is horrible, man. I miss them already, bro. It's bad, man. Michael Pear, thank you for the $5. Says London Studios about to close is sad, but when the last big game they released, bro, he says we don't even talk about that studio. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they haven't really been a whole lot. But at the same time, like, all you can do is think about the retro stuff, like reminisce about the good stuff from London Studios. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks when these studios close, guys. It is horrible. That's my point. It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. These companies, they have all these studios and stuff, and only to find out that, oh yeah, or they get acquired or whatever the case may be, and then they get laid off or they just get cut. And they had an unannounced game. As you guys can see right here, let me show y'all London Studios real quick. They had an unannounced game in 2022, right? Brand new IP, right? Blood and Truth. I love them for Blood and Truth. So you guys have an idea of the catalog of games that I love. Blood and Truth. That was one of my favorite games on PlayStation VR, on the original PlayStation VR. So Blood and Truth, I love that. That's my favorite. VR Worlds. Oh my God. VR Worlds was so good. All right. That was a selling point for PlayStation VR when it was released, because it really gave you a taste of the technology of the PlayStation VR headset back in the day. All right, you had SingStar Ultimate Party, launch of the Wonder Book franchise, launch of iPet, PS3 days, bro. Yeah, I don't even know if y'all remember iPet. PS3 days on that one. Gangs of London, I remember that one. Like I said, man, we going PlayStation Portable. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, around that time, London Studio. This is why I say it's heartbreaking for me, because the Getaway series, people don't understand the effects of this, man. World Soccer, the football franchise as a launch title for the PSP. And then they had launch of the SingStar franchise. Yeah, the Getaway Black Monday. How can you not know about Getaway Black Monday, man? That was the highlight reel for me back in the day. It was one of my favorite games next to London Studios. Then they had the launch of the iToy Play franchise. And so it sucks. It sucks to see them go, man. They were very, they were like groundbreaking for Sony. Definitely. They have done a lot of great work for PlayStation and things of that nature. So it sucks to really see that the studio is closed entirely. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's finish reading this off. Okay. He said these are in addition to some smaller reductions in other teams across PlayStation Studios. Our goal at PlayStation Studios has always been to make the best games for PlayStation fans, and our global community of studios represent some of the most creative and talented teams within the gaming industry. PlayStation 5 is in its 4th year, and we are at a stage where we need to step back and look at what our business needs. You see what I'm saying? Right there. Right there. This is exactly what Hiroki, I'm telling you, this is the new CEO, the new CFO, bro. I am telling you, the interim PlayStation CEO right now, Hiroki Tohoki, it's him. He's the one that is stepping in right now because their profit margins are down. You see, you hear what Herman Holzer says? Business needs. They have to step back and take a look. See, PlayStation 5, I need y'all to listen to this. He said PlayStation 5 is in its 4th year, and we are at a stage where we need to step back and look at what our business needs. Oh, man. Crazy times, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy times. All right. So let's finish this off. It says, at the same time, our industry has experienced a continuing and fundamental change which affects how we all create and play games, delivering immersive and narrative-driven stories that PlayStation Studios is known for at the quality bar. Exactly, because that's what you guys are known for, is the quality, okay? And that we inspire requires to re-evolution of how we operate, okay? So it's crazy. It's literally crazy right now. All the stuff that's been happening since this man stepped in and start looking over all the studios and looking at Bungie and looking at their profit margins. And it's just like, how are we operating as a business right now? We're spending way too much money right. This is the effect of it, guys. This is exactly what Hiroki Katoki was talking about. Now, delivering and sustaining social online experiences, allowing PlayStation gamers to explore our worlds in different ways, as well as launching games on additional devices such as PC and mobile, requires a different approach and different resources. Again, for those of you who are saying that they're going to be launching games on Xbox and Nintendo, recently we had Yoshida-san pretty much coming out and saying, no, PlayStation is always going to be our main focus. We're just going to be releasing stuff on PC and mobile and cloud. And that's a testimony to it right there. I'm just breaking stuff down as I read, if you guys don't mind, okay? All right, so let's finish reading this, okay? So take on these challenges. PlayStation Studios had to grow. It says we have brought brilliant and successful studios into our family. We have invested into new technology and partnerships. We have recruited talent from across our industry and beyond. But our growth itself is not an ambition. It says PlayStation Studios is committed to continually discovering ways to work together, collaborating and combining our efforts to ensure that we are able to craft games that push the boundaries of play and deliver what you expect from us. All right, so let's keep on going here. It says we look at our studios and our portfolio, evaluating projects in various stages of development, and have decided that some of these projects will not move forward. Are y'all hearing this? I hope y'all paying attention to what Herman is saying right now. This is very important, guys. We're talking about PlayStation Studios. We have a lot of discussion to have today because you hear what he just said right there. Let me read that again. It says we look at our studios and our portfolio, evaluating projects in various stages of development, evaluating projects of the in various stages of development, and have decided that some of these projects will not move forward. In other words, some of these games, right? Some of these projects that they've been working on, they're going to make the decision that they're not going to move forward with some of them. Man, I'm telling you, they're spending way too much money, guys. Way too much money on these games. These single player games are whooping their butts right now because it's like $300 million on one game. That's insane. That's more than what a lot of movie costs. I mean, look at Pal World, $15 million. And they made billions of dollars off of that game already. More than the eye can see right now. Literally. You know, it just goes to show you that even I see a lot of people using Helldivers 2 as an example. I love that game, by the way. Had a ball playing that game yesterday. And that game is not on the level of Spider-Man 2 in terms of development costs, right? I believe it was, what, 100 million or something like that. It took them, what, 8 years to develop. So 100 million is like PS4 days in terms of game development costs. But you know, back in the PS4 days, it was $100 million or less to develop a game and to make a game happen. Now it's double that. It's triple that now. You know, we're talking about over $300 million, guys. That's a lot of freaking money. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these games are selling 10, maybe 15 million max, which is good. I mean, those are not bad numbers by any stretch of the imagination, but Sony wants more. They want more money. That's why they're expanding to PC, mobile, and cloud. You know what I mean? So that they can maximize profit and they can maximize their profit margin, increasing their profit margins. Not only that, but also to drive more sales and things of that nature, to the PlayStation 5, which is the core product, right? The PlayStation console will always forever be that way, but they're not going to get there by spending more than what they have. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So I just wanted to highlight that portion right there where he's talking about projects that will not move forward. Okay. And he said, I want to be clear that the decision to stop work on these projects is not a reflection on the talent or passion of the team members. And I agree, Herman. I agree. You guys have the most talented studios in the world. You guys have wizards at this point. Everybody who has called themselves a PlayStation fan since the very beginning, since the PlayStation 1, knows that Sony have some of the best studios in the entire gaming industry. This is not up for debate. All right. This is the facts. OK, they have some of the best studios next to Nintendo in the entire world. Right. So it ain't about talent or passion, because PlayStation Studios, they have a lot of passion. They have a lot of talent, and hence why the quality is always, always, always up there, right? They're always high up there. And so, man, it's crazy right now. So let's finish this off. It says our philosophy has always been to allow creative experimentation. It says sometimes great ideas don't become great games. Sometimes a project is started with the best intentions before shifts within the market or industry result in a change of plan. See that? Says, I'm deeply saddened to see talented individuals leave the company. I have so much admiration, appreciation, and respect for their work. PlayStation Studios will continue to be a creator-led organization driven by evolving our beloved franchises, and bringing new gameplay experiences of the highest quality to our fans. Thank you for your continued support. So, this is tough. This is tough. And obviously, I think this is probably Jim Ryan's last type up. This is his last hoorah right here. This is him, coming in and pretty much giving his last speech, basically. I actually thought his retirement speech was going to be the last thing, because I think recently he came out and he was saying some stuff that, hey, all the best, for the future of gaming, and just keep it entertainment and this and that. I remember his last speech, but this is like his last type up, at Sony, because he's about to step down. So Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. So let's go ahead and let's read. It's very short. So obviously we did talk about all this stuff here before in the other portion, but let's go ahead and let's dig into this, right? It said that the PlayStation community means everything to us. So I felt it was important to update you on a difficult day at our company. We have made the extremely hard decision to announce our plan to commence a reduction of our overall headcount globally by about 8%, or about 900 people, subject to the law of consultation processes. Employees across the globe, including our studios, are impacted. Said these are incredibly talented people who have been part of our success, and we are very grateful for their contributions. It says, however, the industry has changed immensely, and we need to future ready ourselves to set our business up for what lies ahead. We need to deliver on expectations from developers and gamers and continue to propel future technology in gaming. So took a step back to ensure that we are set up to continue to bring in the best gaming experiences to the community. It says below, I've shared a copy of a small email I sent out to the company this morning to provide more context on our thinking. We deeply appreciate support and understanding from PlayStation community as these decisions are very difficult. Please rest assured that our plans of reorganizing and streamlining are so we can continue to deliver the best gaming experiences possible. And obviously this is his email right here on everything that he was saying. Man, this sucks. And just some of the highlights is, for those of you in the US, all impacted employees will be notified today. In the UK, it is proposed. It says that PlayStation Studios London studio will be closed in its entirety. It says that there will be reductions in Fire Sprite Studio, and that there will be reductions in various functions across SIE in the UK. It says that we envision reducing our headcount by about 900 people, or about 8% of our current workforce. It says there will be impact for employees across SIE regions, America, EMA, EA, obviously Japan, and APAC. Several PlayStation studios are affected. Look at this. Several PlayStation studios are affected, guys. No joke. In Japan, it says we implemented a next career support program, details that will be communicated separately. In other countries, we will begin conversations with those who are potentially at risk or impacted as a result of this proposed course of action. This sucks, man. This is so painful. This is so painful. This is so painful, man. It's sad. It's very, very sad. And I think the economic landscape right now, guys, is at an all-time low. It's at an all-time low. And, you know, the thing is, when you make these games, you know, super massive games as well. I think it's every freaking studio right now. Every company is at risk of job layoffs. Studio layoffs. It sucks when these studios are impacted. It sucks because we think about the games. As gamers, our jobs are not to crunch numbers, you know what I mean, and figure out, okay, why is this profit margin is down? Okay, why are we spending too much money on this and that? That's not our jobs. Our jobs is to play video games and hold these companies accountable, right, for their actions when it comes to either being pro-consumer or being anti-consumer, or the qualities of these games. That is our job as gamers, making sure that the quality stays up to par and making sure that these companies are doing what we ask them to do. Now, we're not going to be getting every single thing that these companies that these companies have in store, right? We don't know what they have in store. So we're not going to get every single thing that we want, but all we can do is voice our concerns on, what we want and what we're asking them for. It sucks because these studios, Insomniac Games is impacted. Insomniac Games, they can't even catch a doggone break at this point. Insomniac Games, they just had that massive hacked situation going on. Games got leaked out. Multiple projects got leaked out. Sony business got leaked out there. Meetings that they have and things of that nature is already out there. Now, they're one of the studios that are affected by this stuff. Not only that, Naughty Dog as well. So a lot of the big name studios, and like Jim just said, several PlayStation studios are affected. You know what I mean? And this is happening right now all across the world. Europe, Japan, America, it's happening everywhere right now. So it sucks. And I know for some people, they look at this and be like, I don't care. But at the same time, if you are somebody that is in the workforce, you work for corporate America, you can have some sympathy for a lot of these people right now that are just out of work. And not only that, these studios that we grew up on, like London studios, like we literally grew up on them, you know, and play their games and such. Yeah, they haven't been doing much of anything as of late, but at the same time, they're still a core part of PlayStation. They're still a core part of what makes PlayStation. A lot of all these studios, a lot of these employees help build PlayStation. I remember when Herman Hulse, before he became head of PlayStation Studios, I remember when he was at Gorilla. I remember when he was at Gorilla making kill. And that's why my brain, for some reason, now that Herman is in the high seat when it comes to, you know, PlayStation Studios, head of PlayStation, you would think that he will find some type of way. Killzone made this man. Like, he was one of the main. I don't understand. I know I'm diverting from the topic, but literally he started at Guerrilla Games. That's where that's how I knew about Herman Hulse, you know, through Guerrilla Games and through Killzone, right? And you know, to see Killzone just miraculously dissolved, shut down, and just disappeared, and I'm just like, bro, this is like your Halo. Killzone was your Halo, and to see that game go away, right? To see Sony Japan go away, it was hurtful. It was just like, man, what's gonna happen to these Souls games now? You know, that's why a lot of people are just mad about Bloodborne. Like, you know, what's going on? Like, Miyazaki came out and talk about new hardware and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Well, people are like, well, what's up? What are you talking about Bloodborne for? And you're saying, you know, new hardware, you know, these remakes can benefit from new hardware, or games can benefit from new hardware. Rightfully so. But at the same time, you know, people are wondering what's up with the PS5. Now, granted, we've been hearing about PS5 Pro and stuff like this. And with all of this stuff happening right now, some people are scratching their heads on why come out with a PS5 Pro when you guys are struggling. You know what I'm saying? Man, I can't even talk right now because this is crazy. You see in every post, the stuff with Herman Hulse talking about PlayStation Studios, and you see Jim Ryan coming out saying that we have to take a step back and do some evaluation. What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? What does that mean to you guys? You know, a lot of projects, you hear what Herman Hulse say, not because it's a great idea for a game, doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. Doesn't mean that it's going to balloon into something amazing. It's going to be the next Call of Duty. It's going to be the next Grand Theft Auto. That doesn't mean that. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to pay attention. Like, it's just, it's bad right now for Sony. This is bad times for Sony right now. And I really hope that this year, they have to gear down. They have to start low. You know what I mean? That was something that, shout out to my pastor and stuff like that at my church. He preached a sermon talking about being low, starting out low. You got to go low. You have to go low in order to be high, in order to be successful. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to go low, and Sony have to go low. They have to start low right now. They have to start low, and they have to do some real deep cleaning right now. Literally. I know it sucks. Layoffs, it's horrible, it's bad. But man, if it just means that, hey, you guys can figure out a way to bounce back on your profit margins to make sure that these games come out on time. Same thing with Microsoft. I'm keeping the same energy. Microsoft as well. Because, you know, I understand with every merger that happens, right? There's going to be massive layoffs. And 3 months later for Microsoft, it was layoff 1,900 people. And I think last year it was 10,000. It was a lot of people that got laid off last year. It was ridiculous. The unemployment rate was high in the gaming industry last year. And, you know, hey, love. Lay down. Thank you. Love you. That good old coffee. Shout out to the wife. So again, is horrible. This is bad news. This is not good news. Whenever there is layoffs, whenever there is studios impacted and stuff like that. And the same thing I was saying about Microsoft was like, man, you laying off all these people and it's like, okay, what's next? Like what's the, and it's like Microsoft can afford to take an L. But as a business, you can't afford to operate taking an L. You can't. Unless you're just starting out. When you're starting out as a business, you're trying to get your foot through the door. That's different, right? You know, you have to take some L. You have to invest in your business in order for your business to grow. And you also have to see profits as well. If you're not seeing profits in your business, how long are you going to be in business for? Because you're going to be spending out all your life savings. You're going to be spending out every single thing that you have. You know what I mean? Every single thing that you have worked for. And now just to be in the business, Microsoft don't have to do that. That's why I think a lot of people was very upset because they're like, oh man, they're a $3 trillion freaking company. Like they can afford to keep all these people, but every company has to do what's best for them. Sony, on the other hand, right now, we have to wait on these existing franchises. You know what I'm saying? We have to wait on these existing franchises because we just have to wait. PS5 sales are declining right now, right? Sony ain't gonna cut no PS5. They ain't even, and the crazy part is, listen to this. In spite of the holiday season, right? Everything that's been happening during the holidays, right? All the sales and all this type of stuff. Because I remember seeing PS5s, you know, $50 off, stuff like that. You know, small cuts, not no big cuts or nothing like that. And, you know, I thought, well, Spider-Man 2, you know, is out for the holiday season. People are going to be buying PS5s. It's Spider-Man, which Spider-Man was a massive success for them because they sold over 10 million copies. And okay, that's good. But it was still not enough. Are y'all hearing me? It was still not enough. It was still not enough. All of this stuff that, ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear. All this stuff that was happening last year, Sony did not give us the Sony that we wanted, right? They only gave us one freaking game from their studios. It sucked. It was horrible. I called them out for their PlayStation Showcase. I was like, man, this PlayStation Showcase ain't no good. This was not a great PlayStation Showcase at all. A lot of hardcore PlayStation fans could agree. It's like, where are the new IPs at? Right? And fast forward into this year, it's like now we got hit with, oh man, you know, any existing franchises is going to be 2025. Right? But there's still hope for new IPs, right? We still got to wait on new IPs. And not only that, but established IPs. We got to wait on all that stuff, right? So we're hoping that 2024 is going to be a better year for Sony. And I know some of you dudes are going to be sitting here, PS5 Pro, PS5 Pro, PS5 Pro. How is that going to help them? Listen, I'm going to tell you how it's going to help them, okay? And I see, I think I'm about to go in right now. So buckle up. You've been warned. I'm telling you right now, I'm about to go in. Let me tell you this. Okay. You know how these companies are. This is not a game. This is the reality. You know how these companies are. They always going to be making mid-generation refresh. That's just the way it is. You have to understand, look at the Nintendo Switch. Old 2015, 2013 hardware, right? It came out in 2017, but it's old freaking hardware. Tegra X1 is from like 2013. Old. And we've seen how difficult it was for developers to develop games, right? For the Switch, third-party wise. Right? Nintendo didn't really care so much because they know that their first party software will do well. Same thing with Sony. Like the first party studios, they're always the one to really crank out the best out of the machines. They're always the first party studios. They're always the one to show you what the machine can do, because they're the ones that sit there and go through with everything with passion and dedication and love and care. I'm not simply saying that a lot of the studios that's in our industry, third party wise, don't show a lot of passion and drive and dedication and talent. I'm not saying that, because there are some good third party studios, but from what we have seen this generation, right? It's been lukewarm. A lot of people think that this generation is a joke. I am so serious, because people look at this generation as there is nothing new under the sun. It's just the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? People are like, oh man, we haven't played nothing new. Well, Returnal wasn't new, right? Returnal wasn't something brand new. I don't understand. I guess that didn't count as something brand new for people, right? You know, people sit there and say, oh, too many remakes and remasters. I think that this was a bad time. This generation was a bad generation to release a console in a pandemic. I think the pandemic ruined everything. Yes, it did. It's no different from a storm. It's no different from a tsunami. It just came and just ripped everything and destroyed every freaking thing. There was so many layoffs. There were so many people that had to work from home. I mean, a lot of you dudes had to work from home at the time. You couldn't go into your regular space because of that. A lot of games were affected as well. You guys know I'm telling the truth. So this generation should have been delayed. I've been saying that. This generation should have been delayed altogether and come out this year, or at least 2025. Delay the generation. I don't even know if the PS4 could have hang on, but heck, it did. The PS4 hang on all the way until 2022, 2023. Sony was still supporting the PS4. There was so many cross-gen. I mean, all the way into 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. And then they starting to phase stuff out, you know, in 2023 when it comes to PS4 in terms of cross-generation stuff, and start making a lot more PS5 only stuff. And that's why a lot of you dudes were so upset, because you were like, Sony, what the heck are you doing? Why the heck are you still supporting PS4? But people have to understand that you have over 100 million gamers. You can't just walk away from them. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand why a lot of dudes, Sony's saying that they're going into the PS5 is in the latter stages of its life cycle. Oh, it's over. Bro, we didn't learn anything from PS4. You see how long the Sony supported the PS4 generation? It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing when it comes to the PlayStation 6. Y'all going to get tired of PS5s. I'm telling y'all. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Sony gonna keep supporting PS5. PS5 ain't going nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Shout outs to Jim, because of him, the PS5 launch was successful. That man had found a way. Like, you can say whatever you want to say about Jim and all the bad stuff that Jim Ryan has done, but what you cannot say is that this man was ruthless. This man was all about business at the end of the day. This man was not a gamer. This man was all about business. All about business. This man was ruthless. This man was real ruthless. Nobody can say otherwise. He was responsible for the success of the PlayStation 5. You understand what I'm saying? And recently we just learned that the PS5 is already ahead of the PS4, right? Like around this time for the PS4, the PS5 is already ahead. I think I forgot by how many percentage. So the PS5 is selling. It is selling. You know what I mean? It is selling. And it's crazy, because with these layoffs and all that type of stuff, it just slows up stuff. And, you know, stuff is going to get canceled. You heard what Herman Holt said. A lot of projects, they have to step back and look back at things as a business and start reevaluating some stuff and start looking at some projects. I'm telling you, some games are going to get canned. It ain't no Barbie doll beach adventure stuff. You know, it ain't no Tifa and no Jesse type stuff on no beach. This is the reality, guys. This is reality. Whether it's Sony, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Nintendo, it affects us. It affects us all. Ain't no favoritism around here. This sucks. Same way I get on Microsoft, I'm getting on Sony. Like, What about the games? How are the games? What games are going to be affected? What projects are going to be pulled? Like, what's going to happen to the games? That's all I'm worried about right now. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm worried about the games. And rightfully so, we got to worry about the games because people already have it to say, oh, PS5 ain't got no games. Oh, PS5 ain't got no games. You know what I mean? And not counting the second party stuff as games, not counting Helldivers as a game. Helldivers is, bro, I had the time of my life. Anybody who have followed me on Twitch, you need to follow me on Twitch, by the way. If you wondering what the heck I'm talking about, you need to follow me on Twitch. But like I'm saying, shameless plug, like I'm saying, I had so much fun with Helldivers 2. I had to look back at my controller yesterday and be like, wait, is this on PS5? This is what I fought for. Sweat dripping off of my face. This is what I sit in this chair and I fought for. And I said, Sony, bring back the multiplayer scene. You're tripping. You're sitting on your hands when it comes to these multiplayer games. Now, I am telling you guys, you can already see what Sony is going to do. They're going to have the perfect balance moving forward. These live service games are going to be a magnificent push for them. You have already seen the success of Helldivers 2. Open your eyes and pay attention and realize what the heck is going on right now. This ain't no Barbie doll big adventure on PS2. Wake up and realize, smell like coffee and wake up, because live service, whether you like it, yes or no, that's going to be a major push. The only thing that we can hope is that it's successful like Helldivers 2. If it ain't like Helldivers 2, then a lot of you dudes are not going to fool with it. A lot of you dudes are not going to fool with it because, hey, it's trash, or hey, and I saw something. Shout out to Michael Pachter. Like, Michael Pachter said a lot of stuff. I met Michael Pachter at E3. Michael Pachter said a lot of stuff that ain't go like that. You see what I'm saying? That ain't going like that. And he said that one of the goals for Microsoft is to get to 250 million subscribers for Game Pass. They're already at 34 million, and he said that they're going to change. He said that he thinks, he's an analyst. He's just thinking at this point that they're going to be having different subscription tiers again. They're going to remodel Game Pass again, and apparently they're going to have a lower tier with ads. Bro, if I promise to God, if Microsoft comes out and talk about no $5 Game Pass subscription with ads, I'm going to be really mad. I'm really going to be mad. Because who wants to sit there and play a game and have freaking ads, watching an ad while you're trying to play your game? I'm telling you. And then we saw Sony. Listen, man. Guys, things are changing rapidly right in front of our eyes. Like, we have to look at this and we have to pay attention and be like, okay, what's next? Because for Sony right now, a lot of you dudes want Sony to deliver on their promises. A lot of the stuff that Herman Hulst's been talking about from 2 to 3 years ago. Right? Going on 4 years now. Oh, we have 12 games that are remakes, and then the other 12 are a mixture of new IPs and established IPs. People want to see them because people feel like the PS5 generation, while I say this, Sony have had the upper hand on Microsoft, right? Without these acquisitions, Microsoft have been putting out less in terms of first-party games. Sony, they have been putting out more first-party games this generation. So far. Yes, Microsoft have probably about 18 or 20 or 30 games in development right now. But at the same time, the only year that Sony have dropped the torch in terms of output of games. And granted, you can even throw 2023. And some people will say 2022, even though, like I said before, we still had Gran Turismo 7. You know, we had Horizon Forbidden West. We had Ratchet and Clank, we had Demon Souls remake, we had Returnal, we had Miles Morales, you know what I'm saying? We had Spider-Man 2, we had Spider-Man remastered. Like, I mean, what else we had? We had Last of Us 1 remake, Last of Us Part 2 remaster, what was it? Uncharted Collection remaster, like all these things. That's why a lot of people are upset, because hey, it's a lot of remasters, a lot of remaster, but it's like, at the same time, what do you do? If you're Sony, what do you do? If you have nothing ready, what do you do? Just have a drought? I mean, just have a drought? Yes. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm all for the remakes and remasters only if it's games that I care about. You see what I'm saying? If it's games that I care about, games that are 10 plus years old, games that are 15 plus years, because Sony been sitting on their hands when it comes to their games. They've been sitting on their hands when it comes to their older IPs, right? If it's games that are 10, 15 years old, fine, I'll take a remake on that any day of the week. Capcom has shown us that success. They have shown us that, right? So I'll take that in a heartbeat. But when you're remaking games and remastering games that nobody's asking for, or when you're remaking games or remastering games that are just not even 5 years old, that is a bit ridiculous. And what they're trying to do is fill the holes of the drought. Fill the holes of the drought. You remember the PS3 generation? It was drought after drought after drought, right? And people wonder like, well, when are the games are gonna drop? Like what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Like why? Yeah, PS3 was rough for like during the beginning and in the middle a little bit. It was tough. You know what I'm saying? It was tough. And so it's like people want games. They buy I'm all for the gamers. I'm all for the consumer. I'm not a corporate slave. I don't believe in worshiping no company. So I'm right with you guys on that one. You spend your money. You spend your $500, so you expect quality. You expect the games to be released, right? And it sucks. It sucks that a lot of the stuff that we're waiting on, who knows? I'm just saying, what if it comes out that Ghost of Tsushima 2 got canceled? Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Heck no. Heck no. What if it comes out that, I don't know, Sony Ben's next game got canceled? You know what I'm saying? Like what about those games? Like, how would you guys feel about those games? If those games got canceled, those games are not coming out anymore, then what? Then what happens? You know what I'm saying? How would you guys feel within yourself if, Ghost of Tsushima 2 gets canceled? Oh man, we know we just had to stop. We just had to stop on this project. What about Sony Ben's next game? What about Concord? What about if Concord gets canceled? You know what I mean? Then y'all will start caring then, right? Because that, as gamers, that's what we care about the most. We don't care about these job cuts. A lot of you dudes don't care. You don't care because it doesn't affect you directly, so you don't care, right? But once the games start getting canceled, period, that's just the way it is, So it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. But Sony, they have to find a way to get it together. Because we still need these games to come out. And we still also need these games to be high quality, which Herman Hulst had said, right? That they're still going to be pushing the quality for their customers, for the gamers, and whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it makes me worry about Ghost of Tsushima 2 and worry about, Death Stranding 2, which we already know that's 2025. It makes me worry about a lot of these games, man. A lot of these big AAA games. It makes me worry because now Sony is on a whole different level now. Now they're all about cutting right now. They're cutting like never before. So what's going to happen? I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments section. Let me know y'all thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about these layoffs? What do you think about what Herman Hulst said? What do you think about what Jim Ryan said? This is no joke, man. I see some of y'all laughing and stuff like that. It's not funny. It is not funny at all. Like, Sony, they have a job to do. They have to deliver. I'm predicting at least 2 PS5 showcases this year, right? 2 PS5 showcases this year. One just for showing all the first party games and the other one for the PS5 Pro. And oh yeah, let me touch upon the PS5 Pro situation. We're seeing how a lot of games are struggling to run on PS5, third party wise. There's been more than a few 30 FPS games, right? More than a few, right? Games that it's not even running native 4K, not even native 4K at 60 frames, right? We're seeing, look at Lords of the Fallen, 1080p 60. Really? You know what I'm saying? I thought we graduated from freaking PS4. No, we're still in the PS4, Xbox One generation because games still running at free. It's so funny. Laugh it up because it's so funny, right? We still getting games running at 1080p resolution. 1080p. 1080p has been around for literally for years, literally over a decade at this point. 1080p has been around as a resolution, and we still getting games running at 1080p, right? So it's like I've said, and I've said a million times, Sony learned from their mistakes when it came down to the PlayStation 3. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, no, let them laugh. Let them laugh because you know what's funny? It's not affecting them directly. It's not affecting them directly. These job layoffs, it's not affecting them correctly. It's not them. It's affecting directly. It's not them. So people just don't care. But again, the games, people don't care about what affects the industry, right? Because what affects the industry affects the games. These games, these people getting laid off and stuff will put more pressure on these games not to deliver. You know what I'm saying? Or stuff getting canceled or stuff getting shut down. So laugh it up. It's funny. Laugh it up. You know what I mean? It's bad across the board. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, it's bad. Whenever studios get shut down, whenever jobs get laid off, it's bad. Oh, there's nothing funny about it. I don't know why you guys are laughing. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, what has plagued this generation the most that pisses me off is lazy freaking third-party developers. Lazy. How in God's name are you telling me that Gotham Knights is 30 FPS? Are you kidding me? Are you serious, my guy? 30 FPS on Gotham Knights, A Plague Tale Requiem. Oh yeah, 30 FPS. What? I don't give a doggone about no rats. Oh, 300,000 rats. Cut down on some of the rats. Cut down on some of that stuff. And it's all about performance this generation. That's what people are saying. Oh, people still believe that the PS5 can do 8K. You can game at 8K 60 on PS5. No, you cannot. That's for streaming content. These consoles were marketed as 4K 60 machines. 4K machines. The One X was labeled as a 4K machine. You see what I'm saying? But that machine can only do 30 FPS. On a lot of the stuff. It only, the One X was doing a lot of 4K 30. Yeah, there were some 4K 60 games, but it was more 30 FPS stuff at 4K. Hence why we had the Series X. And still games are running at 30 frames. Look at Starfield, 30 frames. Redfall, 30 frames. Really? You know what I'm saying? And some people are thinking like, man, these companies lied to us with these hardwares. Laugh it up. It's so funny. It is so funny. So we need to laugh and giggle. There's nothing funny about this, right? Because at the end of the day, it's costing us money. So I don't see how it's funny when it's costing us money. When some of y'all, we sitting here paying for Game Pass, and if Microsoft does not deliver, then you're gonna be mad. Then you will be mad. If you're sitting here buying a PS5 and trying to spend $70 on these games, and these games don't live up to expectations, then you're gonna be mad. Then we'll see how funny it is then. This is no joke, man. This ain't no time to be laughing about anything right now. We're seeing what's going on with Microsoft. Microsoft is taking this whole different playing field, this whole different route, this whole different shift of putting their whole different strategy right now and putting their games on other platforms right now, right? And they don't care. They don't care about our feelings. They don't care. Some people right now are saying there's no point in buying an Xbox. It's so funny, right? Some people are saying right now, Sony is done. It's over for Sony. Look at the turmoil right now that's happening in our industry. You see what I'm saying? No fan base. No, thank y'all for the support. No fan base is happy right now. No fan base. You look on the Xbox side, they're big mad at Xbox and Microsoft for putting games on other platforms. People are questioning if and recently Tom Warren, I know that's why I didn't report on it, because it was just speculation. It was just speculation on his part. Like, there's no source or anything like that. And he came out saying, the next Elder Scrolls is going to release on PS5. That goes without saying, because remember, Phil said, it's on a case-by-case basis when it comes to Elder Scrolls. I don't want to speak on that right now. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are already mad when Tom Warren came out and said the next Elder Scrolls is going to be on PS5. No fan base is happy right now. Don't y'all understand that? No fan base is. Everybody is mad right now, right? Because it's like all this different shift. Sony, on the other hand, existing franchises not until 2025. People, yeah, they ain't got no games in 2024. No games. There's no point in buying a PS5. Nobody is happy. The only people that are happy right now, well, I wouldn't even say Nintendo fans are happy. I was going to say Nintendo fans, but they ain't even freaking happy either. They're mad because a system that didn't even get announced, right, got whatever pushed back to 2025, and people are mad. People are mad at Nintendo. Where's the Switch 2? You see what I'm saying? We've been hearing for years, Switch Pro this, Switch Pro that, Switch Pro this, Switch Pro that. Ain't a doggone Switch Pro. It was all freaking lies, right? Now we have Nikkei coming out. Oh, yeah, March 2025. Oh, yeah, Nintendo delayed the Switch 2 because of scalpers. So no fan base are happy. Don't y'all get it? So it's so funny. It's very funny right now. Gaming is supposed to be our safe haven, where we get home from work, or we got drama going on in our lives, or we got relationship issues, or I don't freaking know, everybody's issues, right? But we get on the game and controller and we play, and this is our safe haven. This is our happy spot. But right now it's chaos happening. You run a PlayStation, it ain't no better over PlayStation. You run a Nintendo, it ain't no better at Nintendo. You run the Xbox, ain't no better at Xbox. Everybody got their own thing going on right now. So it's so funny. It is so freaking funny. Man, come on, man. Come on, bro. What? What? Oh! No! I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying anything. Because I'm just pissed off right now. I'm not saying nothing. Do y'all see the screen? Do y'all see the screen right now? This is not good, man. This is not good. I'm mad. I'm really mad right now. This is what I was just talking about. I was just talking about this, bro. I was just talking about this. People are over here laughing like it's funny. It's not funny. You know what I mean? We're the ones that get affected by this stuff when these games get canceled. Man. Bro, this is bad, bro. How is this funny? Please tell me. Somebody tell me, how is this funny? How is it funny? God have mercy, man. Look at this. Y'all not seeing it? Sony has canceled a Twisted Metal live service game. Wow, bro. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. Dang. What did I tell you guys? Y'all think this is a joke? Let me get to these super chats. Cheeto said, wow, they canceled Twisted Metal via Jason tweet. It's so funny. It's so funny. Aaron, thank you for the 9 months. Says, hey, Marlon, good morning. At work, grinding hard. This is very sad. More layoffs. It makes me worry about the future, and the PS5 Pro will be coming out. Not good. It's not good, bro. It's not good. Launching new hardware with all this chaos is not good. He says maybe Sony and Nintendo should merge together. Times is hard. Ugly side of being a public trading company is coming out for Sony and Microsoft. It sucks. People think it's so funny. Larry K, thank you for the 27 months. Says keep up the good work, Marlon. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button and share out the stream. It's not funny, bro. People need to stop laughing. It's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not funny. These games are getting canceled. You know, like I said, at first when Jim Ryan came out and talked about live service games, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really bad. And then Helldivers 2 showed us something completely different. Helldivers 2 showed us something completely different. And I was like, okay, if the live service games are going to be as fun as Helldivers 2, fine. Bro, I was just talking about Twisted Metal. I was just talking about it recently, and I said, man, we talk about Twisted Metal Black, and I said, I love Twisted Metal. And I can't wait to see Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal. Sony has canceled a Twisted Metal live service game. How is this funny? This is not good, man. This is not good. Twisted Metal was close to release. The game was in early development and wasn't yet greenlit per source. Ah, Lord. Among the other divisions, the layoffs will hit Insomniac, Spider-Man, Naughty Dog, The Last of Us, and Guerrilla Horizon. Three of PlayStation's most successful subsidiaries. It is so funny, right? It is so funny. Supermassive Games, Until Dawn and The Quarry plans to lay off 90 workers. Bloomberg has learned its latest mass layoff in what has been and will continue to be a brutal year for video game industry. It is so funny. It is very funny. Man, I'm telling you, man. It's going to be very funny. It's always going to be so funny when a lot of those bigger games get canceled. Then we'll see how funny it is. We'll see how funny it is then. It is so funny. Man, I can't stand layoffs, bro. Layoffs sucks for any company, bro. Layoffs is horrible. Horrible. I'm just sitting here waiting right now. I'm waiting for Jason Schreier to put out another tweet saying something else got canceled. Man, this is bad, man. This is bad. This is freaking bad. This is bad. Twisted Metal, bro. Twisted Metal. And then on top of that, you know, to add more fuel to the fire, right? Games are going to cost $100. You know, we saw in the Insomniac leak that game Sony's going to be charging $100 freaking dollars. $100. And then you're coming out with a PS5 Pro. You know what I'm saying? And people, you know, people don't understand, man. Like, the reason why this stuff affects me is because I love the industry. I love video games. I love talking about video games. I love the developers. I love the studios. I'm passionate about this stuff. So it does affect me. Not because I'm not the one that's there working 80 hours a week or 90 hours a week or working for Sony or working for Microsoft. It still affects me because I love what I do. I love the video game industry. So it does affect me. You know what I mean? When you say you love something, man, it goes deeper than just not caring. You know, and some people just don't care. They don't, because when these games get canceled, man, it affects us. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, I wanted to play this game. I wanted to play that game. Well, now this game is canceled. It's so funny. It is so free. I don't see nothing funny about this. This is not good. So I don't see why people are laughing about this stuff. It's pathetic, man. It really is. Look at this crap. Headlines every free. Look at this. Look at this, man. Y'all, it's so funny. Look at this. It sucks. Look at this. Headlines every website. I was one of the first ones to talk about this stuff. One of the first ones to make a video live streaming talking about this stuff right now. You know what I mean? This sucks. Look at this. Every website. Look at this. PlayStationLifestyle.net. Look at this. PlayStation Studios cancels multiple games. Reevaluating operations. You know what I'm saying? This is not good. This is not, look at this. Layoffs. Layoffs after layoffs. Not freaking good. It is so funny. Look at this. PlayStation laying off 900 people. We just talked about all this stuff. All these websites are reported on. Go to psu.com. Yeah, it is so funny. It is so funny, right? It is so funny. Look at this. You know what I mean? Every website talking about the same stuff. You know? Like it's man, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, how can this be good? How can this be good? How? Listen, for those of you who are saying, listen, man. For those of you who are sitting there saying, get rid of these gas games, you do realize, hold on. Let me say this right quick. Hold on. You do realize that these gas games are not going nowhere. Look at Suicide Squad, a freaking joke of a game. From what I've seen, I just looked at the gameplay and I just said, no way. This ain't Rockstar. That's why I said a lot of these third-party publishers. I'll get to y'all questions. For those of you who are tagging me and I'm not responding, it's because I'm talking. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Once we get into the Q&A portion of the show, I'll get to all of your questions and concerns, okay? All right. Look at what's going on right now. Look at what's going on right now. I want you guys to pay attention to exactly what's happening right in front of our eyes. Right? Right in front of our eyes right now. Like, Sony needs to find a way to increase their profit margins. Listen, I'm all for live service games if they're more like Helldivers 2. If we can get games that are not no pay to win or whatever the case may be, like games that are cluttered with microtransactions, ad after ad after ad, and ruining the experience, then I'm fine. As long as they focus on the gameplay and the key elements of the game, I'm okay with it. As long as the gamer wins at the end of the day, as long as the player wins at the end of the day. Yes, Sony is going to keep pushing these live service games. They're going to keep pushing it. Yeah, some of them are going to get canceled, but where are they supposed to get extra money from? That the live service games are going to help them. You see what I'm saying? The live service games are going to help them to make the necessary cash that they need to operate as a business. On top of the movie adaptations. You see what I'm saying? On top of everything else that they're doing. The movie adaptations, the remakes, the remasters, the live service games, a lot of this stuff we're not going to like. You see what I'm saying? But what are they? They're not Microsoft. They're not farting money out of in the air. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like every time Sony farts, it ain't just money coming out. It's just waste coming out. Microsoft, every time they fart, sneeze, whatever the case may be, cough, money coming out. You see what I'm saying? Sony, they just lost $10 billion in market value. You know what I mean? Like they have to find a way. They have to find a way. Stuff was jacked up when Jim Ryan was in place. You know, Sean Layton, all these guys, this man, Hiroki Toki, came in and he's just like, bro, we're not operating as a business. We are not operating as a business right now. We have to find a way to maximize our profit. Our profit margins are down right now. We're spending way too much cash on a lot of these AAA games. Way too much cash. Period. End of story. Man, come on, guys. And we still don't get it. We still sleeping right now. We still don't get it. You know what I mean? Like literally, this is what's happening right in front of our eyes. And we have to look at this, guys, and we have to pay attention and realize that, yo, this is not good. This is not good right now. This is not. It's not a good situation. This is not a good situation at all. It's not. Come in with your questions and concerns. I literally can only hope about the PS5 Pro. I can really only hope about the PS5 Pro at this point. Because it's like they're launching the PS5 Pro, right? And games that we want to see take advantage of the PS5 Pro, we might see, we might not see at this point with all these cuts. I don't know. I have no idea. Right? And with GTA, I know one of the main reasons why they're doing this, GTA 6. They have to find a way, because I'm telling you, any company who is going to be releasing anything in 2025 will be crazy not to capitalize off of GTA 6. They're going to make that game is going to help Sony in so many ways. Out of any other game that Sony has ever made, GTA is going to help them, because Sony dominated when it came to GTA. GTA Online, GTA 5 in general, was played more on PlayStation. You see it always top the charts. Top 5 most played game, GTA Online, GTA 5. Sony will be stupid not to have a PS5 Pro in 2025 and have it ready for 2020. That's where I think it makes sense for them to do a PS5 Pro. Games like GTA 6, you need a PS5 Pro. If PS5 is already struggling right now, you know what I'm saying, to run a lot of third-party games at 4K 60, we ain't worried about first party, because first party is always firing off on all cylinders. First party is always firing off on all cylinders. So that's fine. You know, they always fully utilize the console and try to get the best out of it. But a lot of these third-party developers are lazy and they don't want to maximize the console. Some of them are even saying like, oh no, the PS5 just can't handle it. Look at Gotham Knights, 30 frames. You mean to tell me the PS5 couldn't push that game at 4K 60? What was happening in Gotham Knights that we couldn't get 4K 60 on that game? No, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Somebody explain to me and tell me. What was Gotham Knights doing so special? What was speak up. Super chat that. What was Gotham Knights doing that was so special that it couldn't run at 4? What was Redfall doing that was so special that it couldn't run at 4K 60 out the gate on the world's most powerful freaking console? Since we want to sit here and defend all these companies. No. Let's have a conversation, because y'all think this is so funny, right? Why is it that Redfall couldn't run at 4K 60? Why is it that Starfield couldn't run at 4K 60 on the world's most powerful console? Why? But I bet you this goes without saying. If this was a Sony first party studio game, it will be running at the highest fidelity possible. You guys have seen it right in front of you. Look at Spider-Man. Ray tracing in every single freaking performance mode. If it ain't 4K 60 or dynamic 4K 60 or something, it's always 60 FPS across the board. Third party, 30 FPS. Not saying every third party game is 30 FPS, no. But at the same time, the games that we want to be at 4K 60, it is not. It is not. You see what I'm saying? And it pisses you guys off and it pisses me off. Why are these games 30 FPS? Why? Oh, the hardware is not powerful. So you see why a Pro is necessary? A lot of you do, oh, yeah, we don't need a PS5 Pro. We don't need a PS5 Pro. I mean, why? I mean, do you want to play GTA 6 at 30 frames per second? Literally, Digital Foundry have already said it. A freaking, what's it? A 6700 XT is almost equivalent to a PS5, right? And there are cases where the 6700 is beating the PS5. You see what I'm saying? And there are cases where the PS5 did perform well. But that, needless to say, they were even saying at the beginning that the PS5 was on par with a 2070. You see what I'm saying? Like, games are getting more and more advanced. GTA 6 is going to be a monster of a game. Do you really want to run GTA 6 at 30 frames? No, you do not. Nobody wants to play an open world sandbox game at no doggone 30 frames per second. I don't know about you. You see what I'm saying? I know about me. I don't want to play that crap. There's a lot of games I refuse to freaking play at no doggone 30 frames per second. I refuse to. There's no way. We are going so backwards right now. So backwards. And you see a lot of these people, they sit there and they defend these companies. Call them out. Call them out. You see what I'm saying? Microsoft, they're the next ones. They always come out with, they always tout, oh, we got the world's most powerful freaking console, but you don't fully utilize the box. Why you think Xbox fans were so mad at freaking Microsoft this entire generation? Because they coming out with games and they're not fully utilizing the Series X. The Series X just there gathering freaking dust. It's about the casuals for Microsoft. They don't care about the hardcore. Yes, we still have games like Indiana Jones. I'm excited for Indiana Jones. Yes, we have games like Hellblade 2. We're finally, 4 years later, we're finally starting to see games that seems to be taking advantage of Series X, right? Finally, Hellblade 2 looks amazing. We don't even know what resolution and what frame rate that's going to be running at. A Pro is necessary, especially if the developers who are developing this stuff right now knows what the heck they're doing. I'm not talking about no lazy freaking developer who don't want to utilize hardware. PS5 is the easiest out of the two to develop for. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that PS5 is the easiest machine to develop for. Series X was hard to develop for because Microsoft kept changing their tools, changing their development tools, changing their development kits. And it was harder to develop for Series X. Everybody knows this. And now we're hearing from Microsoft, oh, it's going to be a huge technical leap. I'm not getting excited about that huge technical leap. Y'all are not Nintendo. And y'all not Sony first party. Just keeping it a buck. I'm just being honest. I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm letting it fly. I'm letting it wing right now. You're not Nintendo and you're not Sony first party studios. You're not. Microsoft is just now getting it together. They're just now getting it together. You see what I'm saying? Indiana Jones look amazing. I give them that. Hellblade 2. Been saying Hellblade 2 look amazing. Can't wait to play Hellblade 2. Forza Horizon 5 look amazing. You see what I'm saying? What was it? Hive Busters. Amazing. You can count on your hands the best looking games. And you guys know I'm telling the truth. That was always been a struggle for us as gamers when it came down to Microsoft. Sony, on the other hand, so many issues, right? Why is it that we can't play PS3 games, natively on the box? Why do we have to stream the games? You see what I'm saying? What the heck is going on with backwards compatibility? What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on with the multiplayer games? You know what I'm saying? Well, where's the new IPs at? There's issues everywhere. I'm not going to sit here and being fake and pretend like everything is great at PlayStation. No, it's not. No, it's not. So please don't misconstrue what I'm saying here. It's keeping the same energy across the board. Same way I get on Sony, same way I'm getting on Microsoft. Period. End of story. They all have weaknesses. The biggest weakness of Microsoft right now, I'll tell you guys if you don't know. Fully utilizing the console. Fully utilizing the console space. Microsoft, they don't care. Microsoft wants to be Sega and be in the console business. Do you understand that? They want to be Sega and they want to be in the console business. You know why? Because they can afford to. If this was Sony, they would have just said, you know what, we going third party. We can't afford. If this was the shoe was on the other foot, you guys know I'm telling the truth. It's so funny. It's so freaking funny, right? It's so funny, right? If the shoe was on the other foot, right? If Sony was Microsoft right now, and they not selling enough games, right? They games ain't selling well because of Game Pass. Because Game Pass crushes, literally just kills game sales. Because people don't buy the games like that. They don't buy the games like they're supposed to because of the subscription model service. Even there's so many people talk about this stuff. People don't buy games like that. They really don't. Because it's like, oh, I'll wait for a sale. I have Game Pass. I'll play it on Game Pass. There's not enough people that's saying I'm against subscription services. So therefore, they have to put their games on other platforms in order to maximize profit on those games, in order to use those game sales and turn it into other iterations of those games. That's what Microsoft is doing. Do I agree with every single thing Microsoft is doing? No, but they're a business. They got to do what's best for them. Same thing with Sony. When they came out and said they're going to be doing live service stuff, I'm like, oh, here we go. But then when I saw Helldivers 2, I was like, okay, that's their first live service game. This is good. This game is really good. If the game is good, I don't have a problem. But if the game is bad, or if there's too much microtransaction, we have a freaking problem. You understand what I'm saying? Because these live service games ain't going to cost as much as these AAA games, these AAA single player games. You understand what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. Relax, bro. Y'all laughing thinking it's funny. It's so freaking funny. You know what I'm saying? It is so freaking. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So wow. So apparently, the Twisted Metal game from Fire Sprite, right? Everybody thought it was going to be released this year because ever since we got the show, what was it, last year? The show aired on Peacock with my boy, what's that boy name again? Anthony Mackie. You know what I'm saying? And we thought that the game was going to release alongside the show because that's the trend that Sony's been going with. They've been doing movie adaptations and then releasing a game next to it, whether it's a remake or a remaster. Lord have mercy. So MBG said apparently the Twisted Metal live service game that was in development at Fire Sprite was canceled. So yeah, that is the Twisted Metal game. The Twisted Metal game that they were supposed to come out with. That's why I said, man. That's why I said. And not only that, Herman Hulse have already just said that there's going to be a lot of projects that's going to get canceled. That a lot of projects that they're going to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? Which other game is going to be next? That's what I'm saying. This is not funny. It's not a funny situation because if it's a game that we really, really want to play that ends up getting canceled, you're going to be mad. So you can laugh all you want about the layoffs. Laugh all you want because it's so funny. And some of us, we have no heart or no sympathy for these people out here. You know what I mean? That end up losing their jobs. You think it's easy to lose your freaking job and don't know where the next dime is coming? It's so funny. Man. Dwayne, thank you for the $10, bro. Thank you. He says, all this gaming drama is getting really tiresome, to be honest. Next gen, I am just going back to Nintendo and PC. You know what, Dwayne, thank you for the 10. I just said it, bro. I just said it. No fan base you can run to right now, and it's not going to be turmoil. It's going to be turmoil wherever. Nintendo fans are mad at Nintendo for not releasing Switch 2 this year, right? God. People are mad at Sony right now because Sony said no existing franchises this year. So people think that there's no games for PlayStation 5 this year, even though that there are a lot of games coming out this year. Microsoft, people don't have faith in Microsoft no more because their exclusive games are going to other platforms. Nobody is happy. Nobody is happy right now. Man, it's so stressful. And people don't understand, people think my job is easy. I just sit in this chair and I just read these topics, bro. Like, no, I go in depth. Let me finish reading your super chat. He said on Nintendo and PC, he says this FPS nonsense will only get worse, especially next gen. Oh, it's only going to get worse. Oh, for sure. If these studios end up being lazy. And that's fine if people don't appreciate what I do for a living, or that's fine if people don't appreciate my streams. That's fine with me. But man, people don't understand, man. Like I'm just that type of person. I'm a loving, caring, and genuine type of person. I love video games. I love these studios. I love these video games. I love these consoles. I just love the gaming space. I love it too much. And I get so deep into this stuff, man. It's just like, regardless if it's my uncle or dad or brother or whoever the case may be that works for these studios that got laid off, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I have a heart and I care about people. Just like when I started doing this full time, back in 2019, the channel is over 10 years old now. And when I was doing this full time, and after I got in a car accident, after I got laid off from, not laid off, but I resigned. I had to resign because of my back, because I had end up damaging my back during the accident. And so I had to resort to desk duty. And it just so happened that I was already doing this 6 prior years before when I resigned in 2019. And everybody was like, you're crazy for doing this. You're crazy for doing this for a living. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Why are you doing this for a living for? Are you insane? You're not going to make no money doing this. That's the first thing that everybody said. You're not going to make no money doing this. I said, man, nah, man. I said, I want to do this because I love this. You know what I'm saying? I said, the money will come. I said, if this is the direction that God wants me to be in or where he wants me to be at, then it's going to work and the money will come. It's the same thing with these studios, bro. Like, if you don't put in the work, you have nothing to get. And you have to put passion and love and dedication into what you do. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I'm me, and this is why every other content creator is every other content creator. You understand? I put my heart and soul into this, man. Sometimes I just hold back the tears, bro. Y'all don't even understand what I go through when the camera turns off. Y'all don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? Even when I'm tired, even when I'm not feeling 100%, I come on here and I give my best. Because I love this stuff. I love streaming. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about these games and get excited and get you guys hype. I love my job. I love my job. I would never trade my job. Yeah, some days are worse than some because you got to, people get on your nerves or whatever the case. That's with any job. That's anywhere you go. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like I pour my heart into this stuff. And it's about the passion, bro. If you don't show passion, you can't do this for the money. You can't. The money will come. The money is just a supplement. That's why I keep telling people. You know what I mean? I'm as genuine as they come. I'm looking in your eyes and looking you straight in your eyes and telling you the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Money will come. But if you're not doing this because you're passionate about it, bro, you will fail. Just like these studios, just like these corporations, just like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, you will fail. If it's about greed, you will fail. Period. End of story. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. If you are too greedy, you are going to flatline. You are going to fail as a business. No, it doesn't even matter if it's a business or not. You are going to fail. When you're too greedy, it just don't work out for you. in whatever avenue, whatever career, whatever place you go, it is just not going to work out. You just have to humble, and you just have to find a way. Find a way, work hard. And that is something that I've done here. And maybe some of you guys don't agree with me on things. Maybe I might have some bad takes on some stuff. I'm not perfect. I'm only human. I'll get some things wrong before I'll get a lot of things wrong before I get it right. And I'm not here to be Einstein. I'm not here to be no, I don't know, scientific teacher and tell you how the world is going to end and how this is going to happen. That's not my job. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I'm passionate about what I do here. And I take responsibility for my actions. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about it. And I'll say that I'm wrong about it. Unlike other people in the content creation space, unlike other people that call themselves journalists and all this type of stuff, because they don't care. They get their clicks and they get their money and they don't care. You know, they don't talk to you guys and build a relationship with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Sony. We've been rocking with Sony since 94. So this stuff hurts to see where Sony is right. Sony is not the same Sony. Are y'all hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Shout outs to Chris Tucker and Jackie Chang. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro. Listen. Sony ain't the same Sony. Anybody who is defending Sony on every single aspect of their business, they're just, I don't know what this, that's their business. Anybody who's sitting there defending Microsoft on every single thing, that's their business. I can't tell you how to think. I can't tell you what to do. That's your business. But all I'm simply saying is hold these companies accountable, because at the end of the day, they're doing what they got to do to stay afloat. We have to do what we need to do as gamers to stay afloat as well. Period. End of story. Some of y'all who don't like me, that's fine. If you don't like me, that's fine. You see what I'm saying? I still love you guys anyway. Some of you guys been rocking with me since day one. The ups and the downs, I appreciate you guys. You see what I'm saying? But I come on here. I don't come on here to waste you guys' time. I come on here to give you guys my heart and put my heart into what I do. And don't take me being aggressive on these topics as me being a crazy person. Just take it as I'm just passionate. I'm just overly passionate about this stuff. And when stuff gets canceled and stuff is not happening anymore, it hurts me, because I'm like, man, I wanted to play that game. I wanted to Twisted Metal. I wanted to play. Last night I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know what I mean? And how Final Fantasy VII Remake was so freaking good. Man, I was playing Helldivers. Man, listen, bro. The only thing for me to do is cry on stream, and I'm not going to cry on stream because that's not the type of person I am. I don't like crying. I don't believe in crying, but when the tears come, they do come. And it's crazy. That's why I say for y'all to follow me out on Twitch. Because sometimes whenever I don't stream gameplay on this channel, I stream it out on Twitch. I had so much fun. Bro, the amount of fun that I had yesterday with Helldivers 2, I haven't had that much fun since the original Gears of War. Since the original Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3. You know what I mean? I haven't had that much fun playing a multiplayer game in a very long time. And I said, man, this is what I fought for on this channel. And I know Sony watches the channel. I know they do. And man, you guys don't know, man. It's a very emotional situation for me right now, because you guys don't understand. I come on here and I sweat, I grind, I push, and I'm trying to get Sony's attention. I'm like, man, I hope they're listening to me. I know they watch the streams. I know they're lurking in the streams. They watch the streams. Obviously they do, because they see the content that I do. That's why they send me stuff, because they see what I do, right? And if they didn't have faith in, that's why I tell people, you see how these companies, they pick who they want to work with. And you see how I am. You see how outspoken I am. You guys see, there's no capping for no company. You see how I call them out. I call Sony out all the time. All the time. I call Microsoft out all the time. Call Nintendo. Oh, man. I was ripping Nintendo one. You see what I'm saying? Ripping them one. And they still send me stuff. Nintendo still flew me out to LA. Still, they did not stop. They send me 3DS. They send me 3DS games. They send me Wii U games. They send me Switch games. It did not stop with Nintendo. I was down on them. Garbage freaking online. Nintendo, what are you doing? You see what I'm saying? Doing all these remasters and stuff like that clearly we already played that already. Digging into them and talking about them. And they still supported me because I am who I am. I ain't changing for nobody. I'm not about to be no yes boy to be just to be with no company. I'm calling this stuff out. You don't like it? Sorry, wrong channel. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. I am who I am. It's either you accept me for who I am or I don't know. There's options for you. I don't know what else to say. Period. End of story, bro. You know what I'm saying? This stuff hurts, man. You see these games getting canceled. It hurts. Nobody wants to see games get canceled. Nobody does. Nobody does. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see these people get laid off. Nobody does, man. This is horrible. Horrible. Man. Let's get to the Q&A, man. Let's get to the Q&A, bro. Let's get to the Q&A. Twisted Metal got canceled. Wow. Wow. People saying out on Twitter, further confirmation, day and date is coming sooner than you think. Of course, some of y'all don't want to hear that. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. See, I just talked about this. Head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Hull, says delivering the immersive, narrative-driven stories, aka single player, that PlayStation Studios is known for requires a revaluation and different approach. In other words, we're spending way too much money. We're spending way too much money on these single player games. Way too much money on these single player games. So we got to reevaluate some things, right? Remember what Hiroki Kotoki said? Yes, we're going to be pushing harder on PC. We're going to be pushing harder on PC than ever before. It's a reason why. Because they have to find a way to make up this money. They have to find a way to make this cash. I don't know what else to say. Sad times in gaming. Anybody have any questions, any concerns? I'm done talking. Any questions, any concerns? Any questions, any concerns? Tag me at Marlon Gaming Nation. For those of you who had pending questions, tag me. All right. With your questions, if you have any. How do you feel about these layoffs and projects getting canceled and all this studio got shut down, London studio got shut down? Y'all probably should have something to say. Okay. If y'all call yourselves PlayStation fans or gamers, whatever, please tag me. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Hit the like button on the stream. Please hit the like button because without you guys showing support, I can't do what I do. Period. The gaming industry right now, as we know it, is at an all-time low. It is at an all-time low right now. At an all-time low. So sad. So sad. Anyway, come in with your questions. Any questions, any concerns? Oh, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Of course, I don't mean to do that. Of course not. Oh, Lord. Did not mean to do that. All right, come in with your questions. Any questions? Any questions? Hit the like button. It says if they do that, day and date is going to be more development time than before. Hey, they got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do. Hit that like button for me. It says, hi, man. It says, I'm sad to hear all of that. He said, does it mean there's no more PSVR 2 exclusive? No. They're going to keep making PSVR 2. They're actually working on compatibility for PC. For PSVR 2. No. They already just talked about 5 new games, I believe, for PSVR 2 recently. So no, they're gonna keep on making PSVR 2 games. They're gonna keep on making PSVR 2 games. They're gonna keep on making PS5 games. Ty Marshall says layoffs and games getting canceled are not funny. Says, I know how it feels like to get laid off. It sucks if people are laughing about. Hold on, let me bring down the music. Hold on. Because I want to be respectful and read y'all comments. You know what? Pause the music for right now because we don't need no music. This is not no celebratory time, so we don't need no music. Straight comments. Come in with your raw comments. All right, come in. Y'all should have something to say. Everybody in here should have something to say. It says layoffs and games getting canceled are not funny. It says, I know how it feels like to get laid off. It sucks if people are laughing about this. Then you have no idea how it feels. Yeah, you have no idea how it feels unless when you're in the situation. When you have a family to take care of, or even if you don't have a family, maybe you might have responsibility. You might have rent, mortgage. You might have car note, regular day-to-day bills, light bill, water bill, gas bill, whatever that everybody has a responsibility. And when you sit there and get laid off, that is not good. You got to go back home and you got to scratch your head and try to figure out, okay, what am I going to do now? It's not a funny situation. When you're in the fire and you're trying to figure out, okay, now my job that I went to school for, went to go get my degree in communications or business management or whatever the case may be, these big jobs, working for Microsoft and so on. That's why I said it just makes you don't want to work for these companies, because when layoffs happen and you're in the matrix, just like everybody else, you're screwed. Now you're going to have to go back low and figure out what you're going to do because you're out of work. Let me tell you about life right now. Not because you're out of work don't mean everything stops around you. Everything keeps on moving around you. Okay? You're out of work. The world don't care. I'm just gonna, and this is you guys know I'm speaking facts. A lot of you dudes up in here know I'm speaking facts. Anything happen to you, the world does not care. The world continues to revolve and continues to evolve and continues to move forward. The world does not care. The world is not going to hand you no handkerchief. The world is not going to hand you no bounty paper to wipe your eyes or tissue to wipe your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care because it ain't happening to them. The world does not care because it ain't happening to them. So it's happening to you. So nobody's going to give you a pity potty. You got to figure it out. Period. End of story. Man, it sucks, man. It's horrible. We say, hey Marlon, do a freestyle rap, man. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together right now because this sucks, man. It sucks. He said, now we need that toilet. I say, hey, Marlon, he says, I don't find any of these type of layoffs funny at all. And people who think this is funny need to grow up. Plus, I hope they find new jobs. Me too. My heart goes out to these developers, man. It sucks, bro. These people got wives and husbands and kids to take care of, responsibilities, people depending on them. Like it sucks. Vlad says, thanks for the answer, Marlon. Love you and respect. Much love, bro. I'm trying to get to all these comments. It says, what do you think about GTA 6? GTA 6 is going to be mind-blowing. It says, what games are you looking forward to play this year? Concord, Rise of the Ronin, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones. You name, Stellar Blade, a lot of this stuff, man. I'm excited to play those games, man. Yes, sir. No day and date, please. They're going to do it. Eventually, they're going to slowly do it. That's just the way it is, man. Wukong. Yep. Yeah. Black Myth Wukong. Yeah. Gaming the reactions. Yeah. Black Myth Wukong. I'm speaking too fast. Yeah. Black Myth Wukong. Yes. It says that's going to ruin the quality of the games. No. Herman Holst did say, if his word is anything to go off of, the quality of the games will not suffer. That's what he said at the end of what he was saying, his spill on everything. Make sure y'all give the stream a like. and share and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Come in with your questions if y'all have any. It says, I am sure there is no criteria on which they decide how and why. He said they fired those employees like not working enough or not being skilled. No, these are, listen, Plastic. These are people that are passionate. These are developers. These are employees that are passionate and creative. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they have to cut because they cannot afford to keep these studios or keep these people. So they can't, or games. You see what I'm saying? So they have to cut. You know, because right now Sony's profit margins are at an all-time low right now. They just lost $10 billion in value, guys. That's tough. That's tough. It's tough business. It's tough. I see somebody said something about PS5 Pro. I don't know what they were saying. It says PS5 Pro will be bundled with GTA 6. It will sell big time. Of course, PS5 Pro is going to be fine. You know why? Because the games that are going to be coming out, the studios that Sony first party studios that's going to be taking advantage. I can just imagine. I was sitting down last night thinking about Wolverine. Can you imagine how Wolverine is going to look with more powerful hardware? We know Sony first party studios got PS5 Pros according to the reports. We're hearing that Sony is already showing a presentation for PS5 Pro specs to third-party publishers. So something is happening internally right now that we don't know about. And like I said, you will be crazy in your brains not to have the most powerful console in 2025. Considering GTA 6 is about to drop, people are automatically going to gravitate to the more powerful hardware because they want the best possible version of the game, the best performing version of the game. So they're going to buy the more powerful hardware, whether it's Sony or Microsoft, right? That's just the nature of the beast, considering the game is not coming out on PC day one. So there you go. It says, I hope that those affected will unite and create a company that will continue to make video games. Such amazing talent should not go to waste. So true, man. So true. That's why I said I don't like layoffs, bro. It is not fun. I don't know why people were laughing, bro. It is not funny. It's heart-wrenching, bro. It's tough. You know, it's a big blow to our industry, man. It's a big blow to our industry. Make no mistake about it. Make no doubt about it. It's a big blow to our industry. It is not something to laugh about. It is definitely not. Do you see Pokemon Legends? Don't really care so much about Pokemon, man. Pokemon is just like literally after... I want to say after the GameCube, I just kind of just wasn't really into Pokemon like that anymore, to be honest with you. I just not really into Pokemon like that, man. Just not. I'm just not. Don't get excited about stuff like that anymore. Just way past those things, you know? Just not, man. Older you get, the more you just kind of just, you know, leave certain games alone, I guess. I don't know. He says, I can see games going to every platform next 3 years. It says, how do you convince the PlayStation user base to play more games that may not be AAA and save Sony development costs? Well, you can build great games. You can build great high quality games that are AA. They don't have to be AAA. They don't have to be AAA in order to, to be successful, or whatever the case may be. And when it comes to development costs, you can find different ways to develop games and not spend that much money. You see what I'm saying? Because it's everybody has to get paid. There's licensing fees. There is employees that have to be paid. There's actors and actresses. Like the money goes split up in all different ways. You see what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily have to make AAA games, you know, for it to be profitable or for the fan base to be on board with it. It could be AA and it could be a fantastic game. You know what I mean? And as long as it is good, then everybody will be happy and everybody will buy into it. That's it. Parish, I'll have timestamps. It's just so much stuff. Twisted Metal got canceled. Sony laid off 900 people, bro. That's just the gist of it. And they closed London studios, which It's horrible, which is literally horrible. This is not a good thing. I've seen people making videos. Yeah, you look how many people now are talking. See, I was the first one. Man, where is my flowers when I deserve my flowers? See what I say? Now is 11 o'clock. I've seen every content creator is now uploaded videos. I was the first one. But no, I don't get flowers. I don't get flowers for anything. Nah. Look at my sub box. Every single content creator is making streams talking about this stuff. No, I don't get nothing. No. I don't get anything. I don't get no, hey, thank you, Marlon, for this or nothing. Just a select few of you guys appreciate it. No. You don't. Look at everybody talking about everything else that I just talked about for 2 hours ago. Yeah. Same thing I just talked about. All the layoffs, studio closes, Twisted Metal getting shut down. Hey, man. There you go. Marlon, does that mean less PlayStation games? Well, less in the sense if stuff gets canceled, but things that are already deep in development already or close to the end of development is fine. It's fine. Stuff that's almost like Twisted Metal was like just greenlighted. So apparently, I guess it's not that bad of a thing, I guess, because it wasn't deep in development, but still, it's still awful news. It's still awful. It's still freaking awful, man. Good Lord. It's still awful. He says, yo, Marlon said, do you think Rise of the Ronin has a chance of being the best samurai? Yes. It also has co-op as well. So Twisted Metal was one of the best multiplayer games back in the day. Yeah, it's a shame. We're never going to see it now. It's a shame. We're never going to see it now. Starfield is trash. Oh, can we stop talking about Starfield right now? Can we not talk about Starfield right now, bro? Like, Starfield being trash is not helping the situation. That's all y'all talk about is Starfield. Every time I look into the chat, then we ain't talking about nothing that's going on right now with Sony and the layoffs and everything. All we talking about is all we're talking about is Starfield, the fanboy stuff. Starfield is trash and this and that. Oh, have mercy. I can't with you guys, man. This game is trash. That game is trash. Oh, this and that. Or this or that. Or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. What benefit, what's the benefit in saying Starfield is trash? Please tell me what the benefit is of saying Starfield is trash right now. Please tell me. Fanboyism is ridiculous, bro. Listen, I'm all about playing games at this moment in my life. I don't have time for the fanboy stuff. I really don't. I've already said Starfield was a decent game. I stand firm on that Starfield is a decent game. And yeah, it's not no trash. It's not trash. It's a decent game, and I'm standing on that. It's not an everybody type game. So, but y'all can feed into the fanboy stuff. Oh, man. I just don't know, boy. I just don't know. It's like we just love feeding into that stuff. Oh, Starfield is trash. This is trash. That's trash. It's like it's never ending. It's never ending. Never ending. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I appreciate y'all coming in here on an early morning. Appreciate y'all. Everybody else is going to regurgitate this news today. Everybody else is going to be talking about it. So almost every content creator that you're subscribed to is going to be talking about the same thing I just talked about. So there you go. Anything else? You said this is bad look. Hey, it's not good. It's not good, bro. It's not a good thing. Don't know why people was laughing. It's not good. It's not good. Not good. Anything else? I said this is Sony new blueprint. It says that Sony can't continue to deliver. Sony got excuses. Sony want to lower your expenses. This is on this year's showcase. Hey, man. No, I don't watch that. All right, guys, if that's it, hit that like button for me. Share out the stream. I'm not going to keep you guys up or whatever. Everybody has things to do. Y'all have work and stuff to do and other things to do. So thank y'all so much for being here today. I really do appreciate the love and the support. Make sure you guys give this stream a like because it's very vital that you like the streams, showing you support. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and turn on that post notification bell and all. That's it. I'm not going to keep up y'all time. Please have yourself a great day. I'll have timestamps for everything that was talked about.